Hello, art friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there.
Hello, one more time today, a little unexpectedly. Make sure you are subscribed to all three channels, have that little bell clicked for notifications. And, it just feels a little significant, so we wanted to mention a couple of things. Here you see the FAA issues ground stop for all DC area airports due to equipment fire. The FAA has put a halt on all flights at airports in Washington, D.C. due to a fire at the communication tower. This meant that no planes are allowed to take off or land at these airports until further notice. As you can see, these zones here. All flights grounded. And so this impacted Reagan National Airport, Dulles International Airport, Baltimore Washington International Airport, and Richmond International Airport, preventing takeoffs and landings, so inbound flights have been diverted. The FAA paused departures to DC area airports while repairs to communication systems were made at Potomac. As Rama got upset there, he got scared. Don't worry, Ram. It's not here. We're far away. Don't worry. Terminal Radar Approach Control Facility. The facility is switched to a backup system. Now, we've talked about this before. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but our technology has been really acting up. Now, it's hard to say. We're in a new area. And, yet before we came to a new area, we were still having a lot of technical difficulties. But we get technical difficulties. They don't like the videos that we make. So, I'm not sure what you guys are seeing. Are you having a hard time connecting to different websites? Is your phone or your computers? How about your TVs? Is everything just seemingly being interrupted or really slow?
I think there's a couple different things going on. I don't think it's any given one thing. I think our energies are changing, but I also kind of feel something going on here with this FAA issues ground stop. It just doesn't make any sense for all the airports due to equipment fire, like one piece of equipment. It just doesn't make any sense. And like when I read into it a little bit more, this really achy feeling I get, this low level feeling I get is, boy, there is a lot of background information being flung around when it comes to this. This is something they had to throw something up pretty quick. But a lot of chatter, and it's not just figuring that's going on. This is a feeling that they're doing something underground and just not very nice, and they're covering it up right now. There's a darkness to this.
I do think that the days of, fabulous service as far as internet and technology is kind of over. I think that we're going to, or at least I should say until we're through this WW #3 period. And then I think, again, it'll be over for those that are out in the countryside, those are way outside the cities. This is all part of wanting to drive people into the cities. If you want service, if you want convenience, if you want all your technology, you're going to have to go in the city to secure it.
Yeah, I mean, this is really all tied into our conveniences and what we want and what are we willing to pay for certain conveniences and what are you not willing to pay. And I think they're showing these bumps and these hiccups, and I don't know how long this is going to last before everything is like cut off and they're going to say, okay, only city people can have these technologies, and anybody else outside of that, you're just, you're going to have to go, back to the 1800s. I don't know how long that's going to be, but I do feel it's like it's starting. It's really starting, that separation.
It is starting, and so as far as traveling, it's going, especially if you're going to be going up in airplanes, it's going to get to be a lot more hit and miss, and maybe a lot more miss than hit as we go deeper into this period. And what we're looking at here, we're looking at a military plane. It's a Lockheed P-3 Orion Orion. Again, the Orion group. For those of you that are familiar with the Law of One and those channelings, yes, Orion. Interesting, is it not? But then again, we have Enlil. We have an Enlil satellite taking a look up at the sun. Of course we do. Yeah, all these names, all the mythology. It's just mythology. Yeah, then why do you put Wikipedia signs up next to it all the time? What does this do? Well, this is a sub-hunter. So, amongst other things, the P3 Orions are known to be sub-hunters. And when the strike on the U.S. happens, I do think it'll be through the use of subs, and I do think it'll be using technologies, and certainly we're all very familiar with EMPs, to take down the grid or parts of the grid in order to cause chaos. And the P3 Orion is a peerless airborne hunter. Its reputation as the ultimate maritime patrol aircraft has been earned through more than 50 years of service, from the Cuban Missile Crisis to round-the-clock patrols through the Cold War. It's the guardian of the seas. And again, looking for subs, perhaps. And talking about weather and airports, this is Louisville, Kentucky airport. Look at that cloud. The only place I've ever seen clouds like this, honestly, was in Florida. And, I've lived at times in over a dozen states. And, yeah, these I saw in Florida, and they always felt really weird to me. A shelf cloud. Okay. All right. Well, all right. Why is it over that airport? Is there anything else over the airport?
I don't know. It looks pretty solid, mothershipy looking to me.
It's curious. So are these. These are mammatus clouds. Mammatus, they look like cow teats. Well, that's what mammary mammatus. Yeah. Yes. This is Kimball, Nebraska. Just after sunset on Friday, generated by a severe storm complex. Yeah, maybe somebody's playing their harp a little too loud.
I think so. Something's going on.
Something like that, perhaps. And meanwhile, here we have North Korea declaring that they are on the verge of open warfare with South Korea. And, even saying that it's close to the brink of NUKE war. Now, of course, they're dramatic. They like to fire missiles towards Japan, over Japan. Yeah, North Korea, you take it with a grain of salt. But at the same time, if you think about it, okay, we just had a really weird instance with Wagner Group apparently going to start a civil war in Russia, then deciding, no, we're not going to, after they go halfway to Moscow and then hang a left over to Belarus. Well, where they are located over in Belarus is right across the border from Kiev, and it's closer to Poland. So what if, all of a sudden we are faced with North Korea literally starting something with South Korea, and then we have China move on Taiwan, and then maybe at the same time there's another front breaking out over in Belarus, maybe even in Poland. Yeah, these times are crazy, and Rama agrees. He was just talking about that as well. After Biden ruins Blinken trip to China with comment that Chinese President Xi Jinping is a dictator, U.S. B-52s deployed to Jakarta, Indonesia, right next to China. B-52s that hold NUKESs. Yeah, and then we got this. This is a Memorial Day Air Show, Pennsylvania. Beechcraft Starship. When the real starship goes by. Look at the orb. Hi, guys. Oh, you silly humans. Very cute, antiquated technology that you have there. But yeah, these orbs, we've seen them dozens and dozens and dozens of times. We've seen them in person. I've had one almost hit me in the head, literally. And I've shared that photo with you guys. I didn't even know it did almost hit me in the head. There you go. Yeah, nothing to see here. Don't worry. Nothing to see here. And meanwhile, we have a crane operator doing a save of this calf who fell into a water canal. This is in Turkey. Beautiful save job. Caught the calf, signed that guy up. He deserves a bonus. He saved it. Crazy times. We all have to do our best. And this little guy, he's doing his best to thwart this flood and take the flood and do a little irrigation to the crops all at one time. What a helper.
Oh, he's going to be the town hero. I see it.
Absolutely. Talk about pitching in and doing what you can, getting your paws dirty. He's doing it.
Indeed.
As always, guys, thanks for your support on Ko-Fi and Patreon. Much love. Stay prepared out there. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.